Attention passionate Pittsburgh Steelers fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the AFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Pittsburgh Steelers' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Pittsburgh Steelers fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and Pittsburgh Steelers fans. Let's get to the news now, folks. Let's talk about a rumor that's making waves across the NFL, especially among Steelers fans eager for a splash in the upcoming season. The buzz is that the Tennessee Titans, currently sitting at a disappointing 3-12 record and clearly in a full rebuild mode, are considering trading one of their most disruptive defensive players, Jeffrey Simmons, to the Steelers. Now, I know what you're thinking. This sounds like a blockbuster deal, and honestly, it might just turn out to be a game-changer for Pittsburgh's defensive line, which has been looking for that extra push to elevate their game to the next level. Jeffrey Simmons, drafted in 2019, has established himself as one of the league's premier disruptive forces on the interior defensive line. We're talking about a player who's consistently wreaked havoc in the backfield, with a total of 45 sacks over his career so far, along with 271 pressures. That's no small feat for an interior lineman, especially considering the importance of pressure in today's NFL, where quarterbacks are faster and defenses are always looking for ways to generate chaos. Simmons's PFF grade, which averages around 88.0, speaks volumes about his consistency and impact. And let's not forget his ability to force turnovers. He's recorded 2 forced fumbles, and his 2025 stats are even more impressive, with 10 sacks, 37 solo tackles, 46 pressures, and a blistering PFF grade of 90.9, making him one of the top interior defenders early in the season. The Titans, on their end, are facing some serious cap challenges. With around $19 million in cap space and a defense that's giving up nearly 27 points per game, they're in a tough spot. They need to address their quarterback and offensive line issues, but part of their strategy might be to shed some veteran contracts and rebuild through younger talent and draft picks. The idea behind trading Simmons in this scenario is to free up around $22 million in cap space, which they could then redirect towards rebuilding their offense and shoring up their line. But here's the catch. Such a trade might seem logical from a cap perspective, but it also brings some risks. Simmons is a proven difference maker, and losing him could weaken that Titans' interior defense significantly, especially considering his ability to collapse pockets and create pressure without help. Now, for the Steelers, this is a golden opportunity. Pittsburgh's defensive line has been a strength, but they're always looking to add that extra piece to push their pass rush to elite levels. Simmons, with his ability to generate pressure, averaging around 12 sacks per season and a significant number of pressures, would fit right into the Steelers' defensive identity. Adding Simmons could boost their pressure rate by around 15%, dramatically improving their ability to sack the quarterback and disrupt the opponent's timing. His projected stats for the upcoming season suggest he could add another 12 sacks, which would be huge for a Steelers team that's aiming to reduce the points allowed and create more turnovers. Imagine Simmons lining up alongside Cam Hayward. That's a nightmare for offensive lines. Simmons' presence alone can free up Hayward and other pass rushers, creating a ripple effect that makes the Steelers' front seven even more lethal. Not to mention, his ability to stuff the run and collapse the pocket would turn the Steelers into a true wall against the run and pass. This kind of upgrade could be the difference in close games, especially in the postseason, where every sack, pressure, and disruption counts. Looking ahead, this move could have a major impact on the Steelers' Super Bowl aspirations. With Simmons anchoring the interior line, Pittsburgh's odds to reach Super Bowl LX could improve significantly, moving from +1-0 to around +500. That's a massive jump, reflecting how much a player like Simmons can influence the team's chances. He's not just a good player, he's an X-factor in the playoffs, especially when it comes to pressuring elite quarterbacks and making game-changing plays. His presence might be enough to tilt the scales in close matchups, giving the Steelers that extra edge they need to make a deep playoff run. Now, let's talk about the division and the AFC North landscape. The Ravens and Bengals are always formidable, but if the Steelers manage to land Simmons, it's like adding a cornerstone to their defensive fortress. This could push Pittsburgh from being a good team to a true contender, especially if they can complement that interior pressure with their existing talented pass rushers. The Steelers have shown resilience and adaptability this season, and adding a player of Simmons's caliber could be the final piece of the puzzle to establish a new dynasty on the defensive line that could last for years. Of course, there are skeptics. Some analysts point out that trading multiple second-round picks for Simmons might be a steep price, especially considering the Titans' rebuild and their apparent desire to shed cap space. The question is whether the Steelers should gamble on that potential upgrade, knowing that draft picks are always a risk and that losing future assets could impact their long-term planning. But in the short term, Simmons' impact could be immediate and tangible, transforming their front seven into one of the league's most feared units. What really makes this situation interesting is the timing. The Steelers have been solid on defense, but they've lacked that elite interior presence that can truly collapse the pocket and generate consistent pressure. Simmons could be that missing piece, elevating the entire defense and making the Steelers a matchup nightmare for any offense. Plus, with the recent trends toward fast-paced, quarterback-centric offenses, a dominant interior pass rush is more valuable than ever, and Simmons fits that mold perfectly. In the broader picture, if this trade happens, it could set a precedent for how teams view rebuilding and cap management in the NFL. The Titans' willingness to move Simmons signals that even star players are on the table if the price is right, and the long-term plan is to rebuild. For the Steelers, a move like this would demonstrate their commitment to contending now, not just rebuilding for the future, but winning immediately with a top-tier defense. As the season progresses, fans will be watching closely. The possibility of Simmons wearing black and gold is exciting, and it's a move that could redefine Pittsburgh's defensive identity for years to come. Imagine a front four with Simmons, Cam Hayward, and other talented pass rushers creating havoc on every down. That kind of pressure could be the missing ingredient that finally pushes the Steelers past the AFC North rivals and deep into the playoffs, maybe even securing that elusive 7th Super Bowl ring. So, Steelers fans, keep your eyes peeled. This rumor isn't just talk. It's a real possibility that could shake up the league and, more importantly, give our beloved team a serious boost heading into what promises to be an exciting postseason. The stakes are high, and if the Steelers pull this off, it might just be the move that turns a good team into a legendary one. We all know that defense wins championships, and with Simmons on board, the Steelers could be on the verge of creating a defensive dynasty that lasts for years, dominating the AFC North and beyond. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Pittsburgh Steelers news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, Pittsburgh Steelers fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Do you believe the Steelers should go all in and trade for Jeffrey Simmons? How do you see him fitting into this defense? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Steelers. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Pittsburgh Steelers news.